Yesterday we were promised part 2 of the Inkabi, or the hitman that confessed. And we've heard for a very long time. I remember Sis Patricia Mashal sending me this, saying that the man is seriously considering, this guy is confessing. So finally, the guy has confessed. And you know what's funny? Heads. You can tell that the death of Sandiso Magaqa was orchestrated by top ANC members. I'm about to let you listen to part 2. I'm about to listen to part 2 of people who are driven by greedy. So much so that they take a life of a promising comrade, a promising man that would have otherwise done better in the ANC, a prominent or a rising star within the ANC, who the country and the family, friends and colleagues were deprived by few greedy people. But there is more to learn on this, specifically when you look at this from a political perspective. And one can't help but say to yourself, guys, politics is a very dangerous game. And I've been saying this thing, when you look at politics, it's like you cannot be a politician except you have some dark secrets. Look at this. Just tell me this. Now, it makes me believe that, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna talk about this after I've inserted the audio. But it makes me believe that, you know what? See, you cannot climb the ladder and be at the top except there are people below who had to lose their lives for you to climb your political ladder. That's what basically I'm learning from this. But I'm going to go to the story of Jackson Mthembu, where he was asked about the corruption of Ramaphosa when Ramaphosa was campaigning for the presidential seat that he's currently occupying. I remember those words, and now when I look at all the things that I'm now seeing, I can't help but go back to those words. And it is those words that I'm about to share. But I want you to listen to the audio first. I'm sorry that the audio is in isiZulu. However, what I can guarantee you is that the man confessed, and we can hear that indeed the mayor was involved here. There are a lot of people that participated in the death of this man. But before I can say everything and start screaming my lungs out, listen to the audio here.
No, mfowethu leyo ngeke ngikucelile ngathi asenze kanje ngoba ubona nengaba sizihlanganise izoba khona inkinga ngoba manje yiyo phela ephelile impela ukuthi ngingasayazi manje ukuhlawuri ngithi manje mina into engiyibela ngenzela basizwaneni ukuthi ngilwela ukuthi manje on your part in terms of representation yayizwa loo nto ecourt nime kahle yayizwa loo nto because yabona manje nengayo ngithi ngiyawushintsha umqondo yabona njengoba uyivune naye efuna lokhu akufuna ungaseceleni kube ulo naye efuna isiphathethile ngenzela ukuthi ngasinikeza mina ishalo yayibuka lokho futhi into emnandi engiyithandile izinto ukuthi sesikhalile kuzo wabona na ukuthi senza ngoluphi hlobo. Kanti-ke manje ngaphinde ngakutshela futhi ngathi ngiyatshela ukuthi ake sime ukwenzela uba ke ngifocuse ngapha kuqala yayizwa loo nto. Ngazi ukuthi nangapha ngiqedile sishayile ngapha ngizokutshela ngithi ngasinikeza i-report manje ukuthi silanda sikhona manje silanda sikhona. Kanti-ke manje nangaba sengitshela ngithi yabona-ke sesishayile-ke manje awulindeke siboneke manje ukuthi sibhekane nawe siyabuka lokho because into ebalulekile ukuthi simprotect. Ngoba manje nathi bezomprotecta kube ukuthi ngiyathatha nje stress ngokuba lo ekugcineni abantu abosafarisha laba abanye ngoba sagcina singakwazi ukwenza lama commitment yenzeka nje ukuthi into engiyisho ukuthi yabona ukuthi sifana sahluleka end of March ukuthi silo kodwa bazabona baqhamuka bethi hayi athi umuntu ngiya-withdraw athi nandi imali sebese siphaquka mhlawumbe sifuna abaningi manje sesingakwazi yaziza lona
ya nabameli bazogcina bezibalekele licala bebone ukuthi abantu bahlule ku-afforda
ukuthi abanye bahoxe sekufike ekugcineni yakuna uhoxa kommeli
omkhulu uhoxa kommeli omkhulu
ngoba iblanda le kodwa umhlaba wonke
cha no wemfowethu angisho ukuthi ngithini mina yabona mfowethu ngifuna ungizwe kahle baba mina ngiyayazi mfowethu yabona imali mfowethu iyaqhatha futhi mfowethu yabona mfowethu njengoba nje ngifuna le mali mina ngiyazi ukuthi angimuhle uyabo kodwa-ke mfowethu ngisebenzisa ilungelo lami futhi sengidlalela isikhathi eside ejele futhi mfowethu ngikwenzile konke mina ongangamandla ami iqiniso phambi kwakho wakubona ngingakwazi nami ungangazi mfowethu yabo kodwa ngakwazi mina futhi ukucabangela ukuthi if mina ngakhwehlela la ngenza into ey-wrong okushuthi kahle kahle la kuney'ngane ziyolamba mfowethu yabo phela mina mfowethu mina ngisile mina nguwumuntu mfowethu yezo nanokuthi into engicasulayo mina mfowethu
nami mfowethu yabona uma kuthiwa sixoxa nje kuphela ngithanda loo nto kanye mina mfowethu ukuthi umuntu okwazi ukuxoxa naye umcacisele umbekele futhi naku-right futhi yabona mfowethu ngizozama la uyayizwa loo nto yiloo nto owenzisayo ukuthi mina siyiqhubeni ngoba uyabona manje understanding yethu sisonke ngicabanga ukuthi ingcono kakhulu
mfowethu sengenzelani ukuthi ngabona mina bafo mina ngiya-understanda futhi ukuthi njengoba izinto zami ngenzeka kalula mina mina futhi angifuni ukuba nomqondo wokuthi ngifuna ukungibalekela angifuni ukufaka lokho nakuba abanye abantu benakho lokho yabo bathi mfowethu
mina ukuqaphela kahle angilemi mina mfowethu ngizangitshela njengoba ngizikhomita nje yabona ngithanda ukufika ngomuntu obalekayo ngawudala mfowethu ngalahleka ngathi hayi yabona le mfowethu lo ngoba angathi lona
futhi-ke wena mfowethu nokubekezela mina uma uyinsizwa ngiyakwazi ngelinye ilanga kuyasiza yabona ngiyazi mina mfowethu ukuthi vele ngoba kuwukuthi ngifuna le mali mina akekho umuntu kumnandi ukukhipha imali ngiyazi ukuthi bathi nje unini nobabili nalo mfowethu omunye mhlawumbe senguwumuntu mina mhlawumbe osethanda imali kakhulu but kodwa-ke uma nineqiniso nani-ke isibindi sami-ke nami for i-age yami-ke nje neminyaka shiye ukuthi kade ngaqala ukwenza izinto suka 2005 ngiqala ukwenza izinto
waba-protector nje nalaba abanye ngangifuna ukuqamba mama
uyabo mina mfowethu
ukuthi yabona nje mfowethu ngesikhathi uphakathi wena
yes
akukho la ungathi ngusowuhlalile akukho la ungabonakala uqinisa ukuthi yabona madoda ikhathi yabona lo wena so udedemela thina manje kuphela mina ngifuna ukusho ngoba uxoxa nathi
mfowethu ukuthi bafowethu funi nakhona mfowethu into engayenza mina baba ngayifuni namba yakho ngaze ngayithola ukuthi uma uthiwa ngomunye umuntu ngangoba ngithatha isinqumo esirong kodwa ngathi no manje yabona-ke manje ngoba useboshiwe lo mfowethu lo omunye lo wakini angifuni namba labantu ngize ngiyithole ngiyikhulumele nabo mina ngibatshele bafowethu ngicela ukuthi ngoba sengibhalansa isikhathi eside nami mfowethu ngine-pleasure yokusaba ukuhlekwa sengifika lapho kwenzekela ingigwebe icala sekuthiwa hawu manyathela kodwa mfowethu wenze icala elingaka manyathela mfowethu wena usucela ekuthini ipogesi usucela kuthina yonke into kanti mfowethu wena wawungayifuni ngani imali yizo phela into engisho mfowethu mfowethu nami ngine-pressure nami mfowethu ukuthi nami ngiyisigebengu kufanele mfowethu ukuthi ngiyifune ndiyeni-ke mfowethu-ke mina ngangithola into eyihlazo kakhulu ngokwekuqaleni sekungcono manje ngoba sengike ngixoshwa-ke ukuxoshwa-ke uma wesigebengu wakukhaleli mfowethu akusho ukuthi uma usuxoshiwe sefuna ubophe yabo but-ke mfowethu-ke yiloo nto mina ube ngifuna sicaciselane futhi ukuthi cha sicathamisisaneni la singaxabani ngiyazi ngoba ngifuna imali bafo ukuthi njengoba ngifuna imali ukuthi kunina nobabili angisemuhle vele kahle ukuthi lo mfana uthanda kakhulu imali cha imali
futhi nje mina ukwethanda noba ngizindedwa
mfowethu
angifuna ukukhuluma into eziningi yabo
yes
manje umuntu oyifambile mina mfowethu ngithi ngalithenga le nto ukuthi yakhutshela
ngiya-understand ngiyakhuluma lapha mfowethu yakhutshela khona akusekho ntshontsho lapha mfowethu
akhulutho mfowethu yabo ngizangithenga abona-ke uba kuthiwa ngumuntu ongathembekile ngoba ngisengathwala izandla ngathi ngizothatha kulungile ayisimohlose ukuthi bathini kakhona kakhulu ukuthi elungihlanganisa ngokuthi kuzodlaleka kahle ngekuba kodwa ngibangile nje ngoba angiyeke kodwa ukuthi lo muntu obengiphila naye xoxa ngenza konke nanokwenza ukuba sayibambile konke ngekuba yebo ngiyazi ukuthi manje asafanele yokuthi isizwe yahluphuka yena nami ngiyakhumbula ngesikhathi ngisalibeka endleleni ngithi hayi asingaphuthumi kakhulu ngoba manje wena ucabanga nawe kungathi kulula ukuthi sitho yabo ubobheka kule kanjani yabona ngoba ungone ukuthi uzame kanzima kunzima ngoba le lapho into ayithina ngiyibona ingqondo la ngokwenza le sokungesishaya kahle oye futhi happy shaya kahle asinumela lokho ayikathi kubula ngeweekend ayisafuna kuphazela ukuhlanganisa kwakuhle nje akhonkinga namanje sengisho ukuthi yilo zozinto ezenjalo mfowethu
hayi no mfowethu mina nje phela mfowethu ukuthi phela ngithi uyakhumbula ukuthi sekushintshile angisishintshe inkulumo izolo manje yabo mina nawe uyazi ukuthi sasikhuluma ukuthi sigcina ukuxoxa nawe mfowethu uyazi ukuthi sixoxe ukuthi okay uzoqeda kuphela kwenyanga ledlule umese ke ngidila nami okay ngoba imali ke mfowethu ngeke ukuthi ngizocomplaina ngithi ngoba phela
nabantu esukucela kubona
angithi yabona manje imali ngiyazazi
mina nje umuntu bazana balele mfowethu abalele
no angithi kodwa ngisigebengu mina mfowethu ngikwazi in and out usiphatha kanjani ngisho ngeke ngikwazi ukuthi mina mfowethu imali uyanda kubani kodwa sengiunderstand kakhulu nje lo sebenza ngayo mina yabona ngathi ungifonela nje usedrobheni uthi no anguthathe lo 50 ngoba khona umunye osawulindile ongani umzogcina ufikele ngiya-understand akani ngisigebengu ngiyabamba lapho no le ndoda le isisebenza kanje yabona into loyo ngiya-understand mfowethu kodwa ke angithi yabona nje mina bafo ngoba ubhanathi nje ediwe insuku ngizomkhokhela ngizosisa kuyona le mali yabo and then phela mfowethu futhi mina kade singahlala ejele njengoba ngikade mina mfowethu ngahlala ejele mfowethu 2017 mfowethu until manje yabo nami ke mfowethu ziningi izinto ukuthola ukuthi okay ngiyayishaya vele imali angixhaphazanga ngoba ngisuke ngiyifunela vele ukuthi makwenzeka ngishibilika kodwa ngikwazi ukwenza i-deduction sentence noma i-appeal mfowethu yazinto so lokho sasikhulume ngakho mina uyabona mfowethu sasithe maqala icala neliqalwe ingaphelele ngoba usuthi okay ke manje hayi konke
ngokulungile ngizile nje mina sasiyixoxozele mfowethu iba lokho sifana nje nani ngizombrifa ngubethe lo muntu uzongitshela namhlanje ngamfonele ukucheck ukuthi uzofika nini kodwa kona ngoba kusasa noma ngizokuthuka semthinda
ya usitshele mezofika umfowethu kanti umuntu ovuka ekuseni kakhulu ageze ngoba abameli bafika ekuseni kakhulu mina ngibuye ngilala ngivula ngolenzela
okay
sure
Do you remember the words of the late Jackson Mthembu? It was during the time when Ramaphosa was campaigning for the presidential office. At the time, they have just revealed a scandal that Ramaphosa was sleeping with 2 or 3 young girls, that he had taken them to overseas. That's where they were studying. At the time when they were busy with that scandal around Ramaphosa, then they go to the then chief whip of the ANC, Mr. Jackson Mthembu, and they ask him to say, what do you say about the fact that the person that the political party ANC is giving us or has endorsed as a candidate has been found to have committed some unethical conduct, right? His response was, because I remember they were interviewing him, he was just outside Parliament. I remember him saying, he pointed at the Parliament and said, in this house, If you can show me one politician that does not have dark secrets, dark scandals, he says, bring that person to me. He says, if you find that person, bring that person, we'll make them a president. In other words, his was simply saying, for us to be politicians, it is as if they go through a process of being initiated. And for them to prove their loyalty to whatever thing that they get initiated to, it is as if they need to do the disgusting and the horrible things. And it makes me believe that somehow being a politician is like being part and parcel of a secret group. And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that. It makes me believe that, you know what, it's like these people, the way they take each other's lives, it's not just about removing you on their way, but it's more like, I don't know how can I say it in English, but it's like bathola of some sort. They need specific type of people. They need resilient people. If you look at the people that gets taken away, it's the resilient people. It's the people with stamina look, you know what I'm saying? The people that just doesn't back down. It's like they use these people for some strange reason to accumulate some dark powers of some sort. And remember the other time I said, do you remember me saying, some of us, we follow the perception of politics. And I said with MK Party, they are going to attract a lot of people like me who are just, driven by the so-called, we founded MK Party. But do you really, really understand politics? Do you remember me saying in that video, being a politician is like the following. When you stand on the way of a politician, they will kill you. It does not matter whether you are the girlfriend, the wife, the child, the husband. Though, if you stand on the way of a politician, you will be history. The story of Magaqa is proving that. Because when you look at this, it's like there were top ANC people, national and provincial, that planned this thing and financed it. And they had mechanism to finance it. For the fact that yesterday we learned that this guy was going to be compensated through a tender of 1 million. So when you see a person that has got a tender, you go mad. You think that that person has won a tender on the basis of, what is it? They have qualified for that tender. No, there was never a qualification. In fact, I said yesterday, for the fact that that tender existed, it was created for them. So you and I will come and bid, but with our bidding, they know exactly that those ones, no matter how you motivate, it begs the following question. Not long ago, I saw an article where a government department chased away a company. I think they were printing what? You see now, look at politicians. Go and check the story. I think they were printing writing exams, if I'm not mistaken. So a company that was costing them 29 million to do that job was fired. And they brought a company that charges them 100 million. Hey, did you hear that? Same job. They removed the company that was paying, that was charging them 29 million rand a year. 29 million rand to do that job. They brought a company that will charge them, that is charging them 100 million rand for the same job. It would have made sense to say they've gone from 29 million rand to 25 million rand. No, they went higher. What we are learning from the story of Magaqa is that such deals were long concluded. They knew exactly that we are compensating you of some sort, so we need to make you eat. And for you to eat, like, you can't justify the fact that a whole minister in Mpumalanga bought, you see this laptop? This is Lenovo. This is Lenovo ThinkPad. That's the original Lenovo, because you've got two types of Lenovo. This is the original version of Lenovo, the ThinkPad, E590. This laptop, it's one of the expensive laptops, but as expensive as it is, I bought mine at around 9,000. It was around second hand. It was 5,500 when I bought mine. But the Department of, was it Education or what, in Mpumalanga, they bought this laptops that are less powerful than this laptop, and they spent over 100 and something thousand each on a laptop. The most, I went to iStore. I was at iStore 5 days ago. I checked one of the most expensive laptop there from Apple. You know, you're looking at a laptop that can do almost everything. Even if I'm coming up with heavy editing duties, that laptop can handle it. That laptop will cost me around 57,000 rand. But the department bought a laptop that is far, cannot even compete with that laptop with 100 and something thousand rand. What you are learning here, it was around 90,000 rand or 90 something thousand rand. What we are learning is that decision was premeditated, was concluded upon long ago. What we are seeing is an implementation of that thing of paying one another. Guys, I don't know what are we going to say, but we are in secession. Politicians, I said again, secession. These people, they think for themselves, they act for themselves, they live for themselves, they eat for themselves, they do everything for no one else but for themselves. That's why they are going to take each other's lives, because they live for nothing else but for themselves. Having listened to the audio, we don't know whether they will give us part 3 or not, but having listened to what we have listened to, what we have listened now, what's your take? What do you make of politics in general? Because I've been saying to people, guys, politics is dangerous. I've been saying that to people who say, guys, politics is a dangerous game. How do you kill a promising politician? For what good reasons? Why would you do that? Why? Why do you even think about it? So what does it teaches you about politicians? You know, there's one thing that before I leave, before I go, there's one thing that I want you guys to understand. Do you remember when I said to you guys, you know, voting for a politician is like voting for, it's like choosing a better devil. Yeah, that's the word that I used. So I think I'm being vindicated here. Politicians, in their majority, they are dead. Politicians, in their majority, they've got a lot of dark secrets. Politicians, by their majority, they've got a lot of things. Hey, but you are about to make that decision to choose them. 2026, there's going to be local government elections. 2029, there's going to be general elections. 2027, the ANC will go into an elective conference. And we are here. Yesterday, I told you about Guatemantash, how he's going to get arrested. Do you notice the danger of politics? Do you notice that this thing is dangerous, guys? So this thing is dangerous. I want to leave the video here with the hope that we shall see each other on the next episode. But until that next episode, good people, please take care.